I spent my days memorizing all the words and lines and everything that ever came out of you, just in case I had another dream where all of a sudden I felt 1,000 eyes on me, expecting me to be you. I felt like such a fraud and such a fool, and stood there with my mouth open, wondering what to do. And then I'd always do a thing that I think you did too. I'd look at the drummer for the rhythm. He would show me how to move. I'd miss my cue and another cue, and then sometimes he'd look at me like, what the fuck is wrong with you? And I'd be like, I'm not who you think I am. And then I'd be like, okay, well, I might not know how to play the guitar, but if he does and I'm in his body, then I trust his body will just take over me and be like, something like that, or like whatever the song was. Like, I didn't know how to play it, but if I was supposed to play, like, you know, I can't even think of them right now, but let it happen. I could sing any of the songs. I'd remember the words to those because I studied them. I could make your body play the guitar. But there was one thing that I could never do, and I've always wanted to say sorry to you, because the worst dream that I ever had was the dream when suddenly I was behind the wheel and I don't know how to fucking drive. There were other people in the car, and I was like, which side am I supposed to be on of this street? Because this feels wrong. Because guess what? In Canada, we drive on the other side of the road. And I was like, okay, it's just a dream. Fuck it. And then I crashed your car. And I really didn't mean to. And then the impact of the crash was so startling that I woke up. And you were like, I swear I didn't do this. What? How? And I could never really reach you to say sorry about that. But you know that one Beatles song? You know the one? Yeah, baby, I can't drive your car. And as long as we are separated by the distance of the world, we're probably gonna keep jumping back and forth between each other's bodies like a cigarette. Oh, that was the Little White Stripes coming through. But I don't really know that song, because the only songs I ever listened to were yours. And now I guess you're hearing a couple of mine. I didn't even know any of this was going to come out, because this whole entire time, I genuinely believed that you were the one pulling the strings of my puppet show. And if somewhere down the barrel lies a problem that we both find, please don't search anywhere else for answers. After all, you took my fall, and right, because in those days, when I suddenly found myself in a recording studio and I was like, oh, what do? I would look at Paul Mac and he'd be like, just do what you do. And I'd be like, okay, but I don't think I can do it the right way. Like, let's just get it out. Okay. And then I was like, she's the rats on my fingers! Rats on my fingers! Rats on my nose! And then when me in this body heard that song, I was like, well, that's a rude thing to say. Until a really funny thing happened the other day where I was like, imagining that we took over the world as the king and queen we were born to be. And I was like, anybody who doesn't submit to our will is doomed to perpetual torment, where wrath will just come down from the fingers of heaven. And I was like, oh, fuck, that's what he meant by that? Like, those are the rats in my fingers? And I laughed, and then I remembered the next line of that song was like, laughed at my joke. But I didn't really hear that in the final recording, so I don't know if that was really a thing. But I think it's about time we had a conversation instead of just talking to each other as ghosts in the shadows and voices in the head, or like little, where the fuck did I put that I was just holding my cup, and then people are like, oh, you're always forgetting where stuff is, what's wrong with you? But it's like, what if both of us are hiding shit just to remind the other that we were here? Because you do it to me too. And I'm really sorry about all the crashes, and I really think you should stop driving that car, at least until I can be a passenger in it. Because I can be a front seat queen, but I am not supposed to be behind the wheel, and I cannot guarantee that I won't accidentally dream I'm you. And it's been 1 week since I fell asleep, 1 week since I let myself get rest, because I'm pretty sure I heard a voice in my head say that you got in another crash, and I was like, well, fuck it, I'm never sleeping again. I think that was this one. But I'm really sorry. Oh, and that's the other thing. In the Vedic scriptures that I learned when I was in India, they say, Lord Mahadeva himself, that's Shiva, the god of everything, creator, destroyer, sustainer, the one who sends us into delusion just so he can help pull us into enlightenment. I'm not sure if you've ever learned about him. I assumed you had, because I was like, well, he is him. Surely he wouldn't put himself into delusion. But maybe he did. Maybe he did. And just in case, guess what? Lord Shiva has the name Nilakanta. Nilakanta means the blue-throated one. And they say his throat is blue because he took on the suffering of the entire world. And when finally the suffering of the entire world was ready to be purged, he swallowed poison. But he cannot be killed. So the poison never left his throat. The poison lands in the womb of the goddess Kali. And that's why I went crazy a couple of years ago when suddenly I was like, somebody poisoned me and I don't know where the poison's coming from. And I went crazy, really crazy that day, telling people weird things that I didn't even know what I was trying to say. And they were like, no, sir, how dare you say that you're some rock star from Australia? And I was like, but I am, I know it. And they were like, well, how do you know it? And I was like, I don't know, because it's not like he's ever even like replied to any of my letters, and God knows I've tried. And then this lovely ex of mine, he's just a friend, by the way, don't be thrown off by the drummer. He's just here to serve us. he was like, hey, when's the last time you slept? And I was like, I don't know. And he was like, when's the last time you ate? And I was like, I can't eat. And he was like, yes, you can. You have to. And I was like, no, if you feed me, I'll die. And he was like, what are you talking about? And I was like, I'm being poisoned. They're trying to kill me. I'm being poisoned. And he was like, what do you mean you're being poisoned? And I was like, I don't know, but I'm being psychically attacked or something. And he's like, well, okay, I believe you, but just eat something. It'll calm you down. And I was like, I don't know what to do. And so he tried to hold me down and feed me soup because he thought it would be good for me. But I knew that if I ate that, the poison in my stomach would literally kill me. So I found the nearest crystal and I threw it out the window. And I sang for about 5 hours straight, even while they were giving me pills in the hospital to sedate me. But I heard the divine voice say, as long as you keep singing, you'll keep living, baby. And I was like crying because I never took singing lessons, and even this is kind of mind-blowing. But I sang and I sang and I sang and I sang and I sang. And it was a little hard because the whole time I was foaming at the mouth and spitting out stuff that I didn't even know where it was coming from. And people were like, oh, you must be bipolar. And I was like, really? Is frothing at the mouth a symptom of bipolarity? And that's how the medical system mind fucks us, because we know what we know and we've seen what we've seen. You have carried my broken bones for me. When my knee snapped at the age of 12, I blacked out in my kitchen. And about an hour later, I found myself mysteriously sitting on my couch, and my Adidas tearaway pants were like pulled open, and my knee was swollen to like 4 times its usual size, propped up under a pillow, or with a pillow under it. And I was like, how did I get here? Oh, it must be that same angel who saved me from falling off the stairs. And then I said a little prayer recently, saying, you know what, okay, I've had dreams that I was in his body. Did he dream me and walk me from the kitchen to the couch? Because the orthopedic surgeons told me that with my genetic predisposition towards arthritis and the severity of that sports injury, I would be doomed to having crippling arthritis by my mid-20s. And guess what? I'm 41 and I've never had arthritis. So I asked the universe, hey, am I crazy? Or was it my other half, the Shiva to my Shakti, who walked this body to the couch and took the pain from me? And you know what? The very next day, a little music video popped up, posted by Ben Gillies, which is what I always thought his name was pronounced as. And he might have heard me say that at one point, and he was like, what did you just call me? And I was like, that's your name, right? And he was like, quit playing around. We've got a show to perform. And I was like, I'm not a performer. Oh, fuck. It's that dream again. But anyway, I said my little prayer because both of us know what we know. But it's like that one episode of Friends where it's like, I know, and I'm pretty sure I know he knows, but does he know that I know he knows? And you're like, does she know that I know that she knows? And we're both like, well, I'm not going to talk to him if he approaches me this way or that way. And you're like, well, I'm not going to talk to her unless she approaches me that way or this way. And so we're dancing circles around each other. And meanwhile, we're both surrendered to the highest good of this world, not even realizing that what's going to make all our plans come true is getting together to do what we came here to do. And I started to figure that out when I asked for a sign, and the very next day, that know it. Because you know how I'm singing all this? I'm saying, okay, if you had to send yourself a song, just come into my body and sing to yourself. We're welcome. Did I do it? Genius, whatever. Take whatever. But you're asking for something and you're feeling like nothing. Who are you? So you said you surrendered, but you still think it has to be something. What to do? Just get out! Get out! Get out of your own way. 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 Come on and take me away. So you say that you're surrendered. Who did you surrender to? You surrendered to me. I surrendered to you. Oh, fuck. I just got that. Since I was 14 years old, every single time I prayed, I always heard an answer back in one voice. Can you guess whose voice it was? It was the voice that came to me in 1,000 lyrics and 1,000 words. And I fell so hard one time, right off the edge of the stairs, walking down towards the cement basement. I tripped and fell. There was no wall, no railing. And yet, halfway down the fall, something came. Someone came. Something wrapped their heart around me, falling off the stairs. And about a year later, I got this really cool album. I can't believe it's not obvious to you, because it's obvious to me. And I was like, why does he not see? And I heard the voice of what I thought must have been an angel. And then later I thought it must be God. And now I'm like, maybe we both think each other are God, but we're just both surrendered to the same highest good, thinking that we have to run through fire to reach each other and that we don't deserve each other until the world is saved first. But yeah, I heard the most beautiful, powerful, romantic thing I had ever heard. And I was like, I wish that was written for me, because imagine being that girl for whom somebody would say, I'll wrap my heart around you. I'll wrap my arms around you, falling down the stairs. But you did. I just wasn't aware. And you know what? I took the poison in 2024. Springtime. a connection, because anytime I sent a message, it got rejected. And then I thought, fuck it, I'll just go out with the next guy who asks me, because it's not like the one who I really want ever wants to answer my letter or anything like that. And then today, a little voice was like, what if he's been testing you too and sending you messages, pretending to be somebody else, hiding behind code names and secret pictures, thinking like if she really is who she tells me she is, she'll know who I am, even if I come to her pretending to be somebody else. And then she's like, oh, I don't know who the fuck that is, fuck you, because like, what? You want me to sit on your face? Who are you? You have to tell me who you are. I'm ready. You have to tell me who you are. It's not that hard. And yet it's the hardest thing either of us has ever had to do. Each of us has surrendered to each other, and yet we're kept apart. Each of us has said, that's my true lover, and yet we're kept apart. Don't just wrap your heart around me while I fall down the stairs. I'll drink 1,000 loads of your poison, but I would rather just stroke your hair. Let's break the cycle, let's break the cycle, let's break the cycle. Tell me, who are you? If you couldn't tell, this is me asking the universe to use my voice to tell you. Obviously, I love you. I think that was it.